If lying was against the law, you would be on death row. For the espionage and betrayal of emotions that you cater to like chefs in order to taste the best part of me, my mind. See, you caressed cerebral cortexes, reminded me of sponge, absorbed conversations in relation to everything I despised about relationships prior. Liar. Recorded my actions, paid attention to my reactions, carefully studied me in order to fool, knew my rules and never overstepped boundaries, smashed Great Wall, crossed borders, easily immigrated, quickly gained citizenship into a relationship where extradition would have been accelerated had I known how many times others had deported you. And you must have traveled quite a bit before you docked your ship in my sea of hopelessness, because along the way you picked up trades, Greek-like ability to encrypt mythological hieroglyphics in specific areas of my mind, had me worship you like Pharaoh, served grapes, watched wait in order to stay to your liking, danced to pleased, teased my mind because you knew that I look forward to crosswords, and we crosswords at times, but then looked in pupils that I could have sworn dilated to the beat 3 simple syllables, but I love yous were apparently strapped to the bottoms of shoes because you stepped all over coronary valves and continued to evolve into clots that stopped blood from flowing, stopped love from going into veins, causing stroke-like symptoms, face frozen in disbelief at the hours you would walk in, talking all crazy, smelling all hazy, and while you became herbalist, weeded out, I became horticulturist, weeded out bullshit, tried to plant some new shit because the last green leaf fell out of the tree due to dehydration. I thirsted for intellectual charges that would begin to thaw frozen concepts, but you reinvented my ABCs with your ability to absurdly accommodate authenticity, bewitched like biblical believers, broadbanding your bandwidth of bullshits, carefully constructed a colorful cloak clone that made me believe that you were Superman, while the only thing that you and that man had in common was that you have two identities, used our bathroom as a phone booth, and you changed into smooth operator and washed traces of anything that could be your kryptonite. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde would hide if they knew that you had concocted a potion that gave you the ability to remain ugly, yet hypnotize others' eyes to see beauty. You held tools unknown to my eyes who were previously trained by shoddy workmanship. You were a foreman who took over a construction site marked by yellow tape and had watched your step while walking into fragile conditions. Remember when I kissed your feet, those that had beaten all odds of falling into thin ice because I wanted to know what love tasted like. So imagine my disgust when I found out that the God who stood before me, whom I had worshipped like he had given me life, was pure mortal, sinned constantly, broke commandments, turned water into whining because my tears were just me nagging like I didn't have the right to be catty about claws scratching backs, leaving marks on my territory. See, your body was temple, but you allowed desecration, constantly prayed for forgiveness and reconciliation, but then had relations with Hail Marys off street corners. I walked down streets and related to graffiti sprawled walls. Vandals came nightly and defiled the place I called home. You sprayed them with temporary ink, only viewed under black lights. You raped my right to trust and fuck love raw, infecting it with STDs, subscriptions to truth disguised, superficially taking dreams, surprisingly thinking dumb, sadists throwing daggers, secretly teaching death to a relationship that once believed in CPR. But resuscitation is best left to fairy tale princesses in faraway lands, because you landed kisses with lips already infected by girls with poisoned apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, and everybody looked at her as the woman who took you away from me. So instead of wallowing in pitiful memories and pondering things I could have done differently, I proposed an idea for legislation. It should be illegal for you to possess any form of communication. Glue your eyes closed as you did me. Sew your mouth shut so that you can never speak. Call me Geppetto. Rid you of Pinocchio's tendencies. Place your head in the toilet so that you can know how it feels to hear shit for long periods of time. So I'm going to propose a law, because if lying was a crime, you'd be guilty in the first degree, and I, as the jury of your peers, would not shed one tear. Instead, I hope they'd place you on death row, because you killed me so many times that I want you to know what it feels like to be dead on the inside, walking alive.